Now, what I want to do, because when I was working the road a lot, before the pandemic, I would always do this part of my act called Jokes I Can Only Tell Here. And I would write jokes specifically about whatever the area was that I was in. So I thought, hey, since we're in Colorado, it would be fun to do a version of Jokes I Can Only Tell Here, the Colorado version. And it'll all make sense here in a minute. I'm hoping, No, here's how it works. I'm from Boulder. I don't think that comes as a real shock. When you look at me, I don't think you guys were like, I'll bet this guy's from Brighton. Yeah, thanks. See, that's a joke I can only tell here, because, I did that joke in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they were like, we don't get it, So then I was like, well, get out your phones and go to Google Maps and get the directions from Boulder to Brighton, and you'll see with the proximity that that's really funny. So I hope if you're listening at home you do that too, because it'll make it better. So that's a joke I could only tell here. That was fun, so that gives me confidence to do more jokes I can only tell here. But we had a weird gym teacher in my high school. It was just this guy named Jim who talked about himself for 45 minutes a day, So then I was like, man, I got to get rid of this class, But the irony was I needed the PE credit to graduate. Boy, for to graduate. I know I went to school in Boulder, but it sounds like I went to school in Kentucky. But I needed the credit, so I stayed in the class, And then, as it turned out, my senior class trip was a Grateful Dead concert, so after that, Jim started making a lot of sense, man. We're still Facebook friends, so that's good. All right, another joke I could only tell here that works. So they have some weird laws where I'm from in Boulder. They have a sugar tax, you guys, in Boulder, 2 cents per ounce on any drink that has sugar in it, And I get it. Obesity is a real problem, but that seems like a weird place to draw the line, To me, I'm just saying, I enjoy a Coca-Cola every once in a while. I'll have a soda. You might be looking at me thinking, I'll bet this guy's a Mountain Dew guy. But wrong, man. I don't do the dew, But I enjoy a soda every once in a while, and all I'm saying is that extra 2 cents per ounce is not going to stop me. If I make it all the way to the checkout with a 12-ounce Coke, and they go, hey, it's an extra 24 cents, I'm like, in for a penny, in for a pound, let's go, So that seems weird. And this is true, too. One night I was sitting around my apartment during the pandemic, one night. More than one, but that particular night, I decided to Google weird laws in Boulder, Colorado. Well, I had some time. And this is true, these are all really laws in Boulder. You cannot graze your llama on public land in Boulder, I swear that's true. And that bummed me out, I'm not gonna lie. I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with my llama. I'm like, I can't afford to feed you anymore. You're not allowed to graze on public land, so you're free to go. Thanks, If you ever come across a llama wandering around Boulder, that's Bobby, So, maybe try to point him in the direction of some private land. And let him... All right. That was a joke I could only tell here, but boy, that was a good one. Now, this is true also. You cannot own a dog in Boulder. You can only be the guardian of the dog. And that, I swear, it's true. And I get it again, but it all comes down to the terminology and everything. But so, you know what? That made me think about my life. And over the course of my life, I've owned, I guess, 4 or 5 dogs. And I just thought back. And I mean, every dog I've ever owned, when they walked up to me and they looked up at me, you know, wagging their tails, I would be willing to bet $100 that not one dog was like, does this guy think he owns me? Yeah. I mean, technically, he's my guardian. I just hope he knows that. Every dog I've ever had is like, what do you want to do, man? I could go outside or ride in the car. You want to play Frisbee? They want me to, you know, they're looking for me for direction. All right? Still, in jokes I can only tell here, so that's good. Now, this is true too, and this is true in Boulder. You cannot put a couch outside or on a porch in Boulder. And some of you may know that here, but for the listening audience, that made me laugh, which is cool. But no, you know, this is what happens. There's an area in Boulder called the University Hill, and the students live up there, and they were partying one night. Someone complained, the police came, and a student lit a couch on fire, you know? And I bring that up because it reminds me of the whole shoe bomber thing. Like one guy tries to smuggle a bomb in his shoe, and so now we all have to take our shoes off at the airport. And all I'm saying is one drunk college kid lights a couch on fire, and now I can't put my couch outside? Seems a little extreme to me. I mean, I don't even have a couch, but, you know, it's the whole point of the thing.